Welcome back. The past few months have been prosperous for many gold manufacturers and retailers. Not only is there a strong physical demand for the precious metal, it is also widely used as a hedge against inflation by investors. Demand remains strong, so where's the gold price headed this year? To find out, I earlier spoke with Mohamad Shakarchi, Managing Director of Emirates Gold. Mohamad, we have the Chinese New Year at the moment. We have the wedding season kicking off in India, so there's a strong demand at the moment. What is your prediction, looking at the gold price in the coming weeks? Where are we heading?
Well, you know, all depends on the economic situation in America.
Why?
To look what happened just maybe 10 days ago. Suddenly you see the consumer, they start to spend money, everybody happy that the economy start to move. You see the Dow Jones and the S&P nearly went 2.5%.
But if the economy is picking up, that should put pressure on the gold price.
This is what I'm coming at.
Oh, okay.
The gold suddenly from 1,344.45 came to 1,307. Just like that. Next morning, suddenly the S&P, they lost 1.5%, and the Dow Jones immediately the gold start to pick up. That show you it's something correlation. Sometimes we take it against euro, sometimes we take it against petrol, but that one, the correlation was something to do with America. America is usually, I mean the spearhead for all this move.
Now, looking at last year, the gold price rallied over 40%, quite a number. And you could argue we might still be in for an upswing also this year. What is your prediction for the gold price this year?
I'll tell you one thing we have, as I told you, prophecy is in the hand of God.
But what is your prophecy?
If you look at it, you know, always you have to look, it starts to be the precious metal, the dollar, it starts to be connected to politics also. Look, I mean, to give an example, what's happening in Egypt. Suddenly the petrol has moved to $103. People that are afraid from Suez Canal will be closed. You see, there's politics involved in it. But as a prediction, what we see, I think the gold still we are going to see 1,500, maybe to the ceiling of 2,000.
Okay.
But not today, not tomorrow.
At the end of the year, $1,500 per fine ounce.
It can be.
Okay.
The only thing, you know, the problem is as expensive it goes, as less demand from the consumers. It will be too expensive.
This decade-long surge in the gold price has caused many central banks around the world to actually buy more gold as a reserve. What would happen if the gold price finds a top and there's a correction coming? What does that mean for central bank reserves?
Well, I tell you one thing. I mean, the central bank, when they are buying, they are protecting a currency by keeping the gold under their vault, not to be outside. I mean, when you know very well, you see, take China. Compare what money they have in America and treasuries and so forth. Over 700 billion. India, the Arab world. You see, this is start to see the paper has no value. I give you this article to read. You see, in 1924, you know how much Germany they printed Deutschmark?
Oh, yes.
100 trillion. That means the paper is a paper. If you want to go and buy a kilo of potatoes during the war, you have to take a basket full of Deutschmark. This is always, memories can come back. Can anything happen?
Speaking of memories, when the Second World War was won by the Americans, they installed a gold standard called the Bretton Woods system. Now, many experts discuss maybe we should go back to a system like that, where the money supply of an economy is based upon real gold that is held by the central bank. Do you think it is maybe a good idea to return back to a gold standard? We then wouldn't have all these discussions with countries like China devaluing their currency. It would all be fixed.
It's a good idea, but you never do it. Nobody can do it. You see the problem, you speak about the Second World War. All Europe was bankrupt. America was feeding them, even Russia. They gave them money. That time maybe $200 million, something like this. They came with the gold standard. Because some European, I would say especially France, the gold. I mean, why you are working and keeping, what's a dollar? And he was the only one who bought over 7,000 tons of every single dollar. $35 an ounce, he was taking it back. And this is the reason Germany and France, it was the highest, whoever purchased gold. Now the situation is completely different. You see the euro, there's over 300 something million people under the umbrella of the euro. And now to tell me to come to, if you are start to take the deficit of a country, to compare it to the gold they have, I tell you the gold will go over $50,000 an ounce.
Mohamad, thank you very much. My pleasure.
Great pleasure. Thank you for coming.
Well, that's it from the business desk. Up next, Lord Buckwell is back with the news.